nothing but the good vibes. We met each other in our teen times. Since then we got saved, engaged, had them not displayed. Our life through married life. Meet the force, that's our tagline.
Yo people, welcome back to another week's episode of True Talk with the Thorpes. I am your hostess Tara, and this is my new husband, Adrian Thorpe.
Talk it up.
Talk it up.
Welcome back, guys, man.
Guys, this is what you call consistency.
Facts.
This is episode 7.
7.
Of season 2.
2.
Consistency.
2024.
Dede. Do you get what I'm saying? Consistency. Dede. We're saying what we're saying, yeah?
Facts.
Here to stay. We're here to stay, yeah? So yeah, like I said, I'm here with Adrian, my new husband.
Full transparency, we were meant to have some guests, because if you saw last week's episode, we did say we're going to have special guests next week, which is today.
Yeah.
They shagged us. But you still got us.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a shelling today.
But we have guests next week.
100%.
Confirmed, booked, yeah? But, yeah.
Today's episode is going to be informative.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's about our story.
Yeah, we get a lot of DMs asking, like, how did you guys get into social media? How did you start? Whose idea was it? This is the episode for that, yeah?
But also, we're not just going to glide over the fact that I said that I'm sitting here with my new husband.
Tell the things.
We're going to talk about this.
Basically, Tara came up to me yesterday and she said that she's a bridesmaid this year, yeah, in a few weeks or a few months.
No, don't make it shorter than what it is, because I've still got to fit in that dress. It's actually 69 days away.
69 days away.
Yes.
While she was thinking about said couple, what did you think?
I was like, oh my gosh, they must be so excited. They're getting ready to get married. They must be so excited. Like, imagine the day before your wedding, how excited you are. And then the day after your wedding, waking up so excited, like, there's your husband, like, you get to start afresh, like, there's a clean slate. You're going into your marriage with a clean slate.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I wish we could have that. I wish we could have a clean slate. I wish that we could just start again, not to eradicate what's happened, but just start again, have a freshness in our marriage. And God was like, well, tomorrow, start your marriage like it's day one again.
Look at God.
I said, sir.
Are you that?
Sir, are you that? Okay. So I was like, hold on a second. We can start our marriage afresh. We can start with a clean slate.
100%.
So I went to Adrian and I was thinking about it and I was like, oh my gosh, I feel so vulnerable saying this and I feel so sneaky saying this. But I was like, Adrian, like, what if we just start our marriage afresh? New slate, and just treating each other the way that we would if we had just got married, like having the respect that we would have for each other, watching our tone when we speak to each other. You know, like if Adrian's like, oh, babe, can you pass me a drink? Now I'll be like, oh, can you not just get it yourself? Get it yourself.
Well, damn.
You do the same. No, you don't do the same to me. And then now, so like for instance, example, this morning, my husband, asked me to pass him the deodorant. And I said, I'm sitting down, Adrian. And as I sat down, God was like, is this the new marriage you want? I said, it's not. I got up.
You did.
I got the deodorant and I said, babe, here's your deodorant.
And I gladly took it. I did. From my new wife.
So,
Do you know what's funny, yeah? It was a few months ago when I was thinking of this thing. So basically,
you're going to get me a new ring?
I definitely want to get you a new ring.
Oh, wicked. Sorry, I thought that's
I need a new ring. People think, oh, are they not really married? We don't even wear it. Do you know, we took it off in lockdown and haven't really put it back on.
Yeah.
It's just that. Anyway, a few months ago, I was thinking, the best businesses, how they progress is that they have structured meetings where they see what's working and what's not.
Yeah.
So I wanted to apply that into our marriage.
Oh my God.
Have like monthly sit-downs.
We've not had a conversation about this. Sorry, finish your sentence. Monthly sit-downs.
Monthly sit-downs where we sit down and discuss what's worked in our marriage, what's not worked, what we like and what we don't like, and then how we can both facilitate each other's needs. So it's like a See, when you're
It's a quarterly meeting. It's a
not
review.
quarterly, but yeah, it's a review. So like
A
how you would
monthly
get,
review.
yeah,
Yeah.
But it's like how you would get a promotion.
Yeah. So I saw this going viral. A couple do this, and it went viral on Instagram, yeah. And I was like, why doesn't Adrian just be proactive and say we need to have a meeting? Because I don't want to be the person that keeps saying, babe, we need to do this, we need to do that, we need to do this. And I was like, why doesn't he just be proactive and do this? Like, why doesn't he? And the fact that you're saying it.
I just thought you wasn't going to receive it. Because every time I say, babe, let's sit down, you're like, oh, can you hurry up? Like, can you do what sounds like,
but guess
I can't
what?
go for that.
You have a new wife. And every day I am going to show up like I'm going to respect you as the man that you are.
Talk the things.
And the man that I want you to be. So I'm going to treat you now like the husband I want you to be, not necessarily the husband that you are now. And that's complimentary.
Are you sure?
Yeah, a little bit of shade, because you're not everything that I want right now. Like, you don't do everything that I want, and vice versa.
100.
There's things that I do that you would prefer I don't do. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, more things that you don't do.
Okay, but remember, I'm your new wife.
I know you are.
I'm your new wife.
You are.
Okay? So I feel like I just wanted to share that. I really want the best for our marriage. I feel like we've been together for 21 years, so we've got extremely comfortable. And we do have a great friendship. Can you stop touching the microphone? You just don't stop. You know all the sound that's going to come from that?
It's not.
Babe, all the sound that's going to come from that, it's going to be crazy.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Can you stop?
Okay.
Thank you. It's fine. Okay. I love you.
Love you more.
So like I was saying, we've got very comfortable. We are great friends. Me and Adrian are really good friends. It sounds a bit weird. We're like brother and sister too. It's all right.
Just
we are.
The closeness.
We're just so close, okay?
Together.
But I feel like I've never learnt the element of respect in a marriage. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, you've always been like my boy. Like, we're friends, like, whatever. I've never respected you as a husband. I've respected you as my friend. Do you get what I'm saying?
Interesting.
So I'm taking that seriously. God has really been speaking to me. I've been studying Acts. Now I'm in Romans, and I'm just like, I've got to be bold and courageous. I have to be like Paul. I know it's different. Paul was dealing with people and spreading the gospel. Why I'm saying I'm being bold and courageous is because I don't like being vulnerable or weak.
I mean, no one does.
And like in the last episode that we spoke about, there's things in our past, in our relationship, that have kind of made my heart a lot tougher and a lot colder towards you, because we've been through so much stuff. And it's learning to now remove that and give you back my heart completely. So there's my heart. Please, look, take care. Please be gentle. What are you putting it? Wait.
I won't use it.
Okay. So yeah, just wanted to let you guys know. But like my amazing husband said, we are talking about how we got into content creation, how Meet the Thorpes started.
It actually started. When did it was May 20th, isn't it?
March 20th.
What's the date today?
March
the 21st.
The 21st.
So it's 4 years
Happy
today.
Anniversary.
Yeah, so look. How did it start, babe? Let's
so,
go way back. Way back.
So way back is in way back.
How did it?
Like when we got married? Because Meet the Thorpes didn't start then.
It didn't start, no.
When did I start wanting to do content?
Yes.
Ask me again, husband.
When
in a nice
did
way.
it start, baby? When did this whole idea of Meet the Thorpes or content creation come about?
So husband, basically, when we got married, I used to watch a lot of YouTubers like Patricia Bright and Jamie and Nikki, Jackie Einar. I used to watch these black content creators. And I was like, we can do this. I want to do this. We can do this. And then I would say to Adrian, babe, come on, just do it with me. And Adrian was not having it. He said, I'm not going on the screen. I don't want anything to do with it. I'm not interested.
What year was this?
This was when we was living in Hannay House. So that was probably...
We moved there in...
2016?
15.
15. So that was 2015.
I didn't...
Adrian was like, nobody's going to watch us.
No one.
No one's going to be interested.
I didn't believe in YouTube like that.
So I created my own YouTube channel. It was called Tara L. Thorpe. Yeah. Defo got like 50 views in a year. But I tried. And I'd do vlogs and I'd be like, Adrian, let's go out. And he just wasn't interested. He didn't want to be involved. And then what had happened is I kind of let go of my dream and was like, okay, it's never going to happen. It is what it is.
Yeah.
And I started working for an estate agency firm. This was in 2019. And I was their receptionist. And then they hired me as a sales negotiator, which is selling houses. I started the job and I prayed. You know when you pray for a job? Mm-hmm. I prayed for this job. I was like, I want it so bad. I get a car.
First of all, I didn't want you to do that job, did I?
No, you didn't.
You was admin initially in that company. And you was begging me, like, babe, I just want to do sales. I want to sell houses.
I want to make mad money.
I want to make money, this, that.
Bearing in mind that I was an estate agent before. Yeah. And this is why you didn't want me to go back into it. So I was a letting agent before. And I was working 6 days a week. And I was doing 12 to 13 hours a day when we first got married. So when I said to Adrian, I want to go back into doing sales and not admin in the estate agency remit, Adrian was so against it because it was really tough on our marriage when we first started me doing this job. Adrian was against it. And then what happened was I got the job and I started working the job and I hated the job. I hated it. I went back to working 6 days a week. I felt like the manager that I had, honestly, I feel like he was very disrespectful. I wasn't meant to end up in the Brixton office. If you're watching this video, you know who you are, okay? I was meant to be in the Streatham office with a lovely lady, and that's where I wanted to be, but they ended up putting me in the Brixton office instead, and I felt like the managers kind of just made my life hell, and I was like, this is not what I signed up for. And do you know what it was as well? I was 29. I think I was 29 when I started the job, 30, and do you know what? You get an hour lunch break as an estate agent, yeah? They told me that I should have 15 minutes and I should eat at my desk.
That's a libby.
No, I'm definitely. And the first thing is, the manager was older than me, was younger than me. I was 4 years older than him. So I had a
Quick maths, babe, quick.
24-year-old telling me that I have to have a break for 15 minutes and eat at my desk. You must be mad.
Did he?
No chance. Yeah, he did. He definitely did. Anyway, cut a long story short, you know, the whole thing happened that stopped the world, yeah? We're not saying the names, I don't want this video to not get views, whatever. So this whole thing that stopped the world happened, yeah? And I remember I sat at my desk on the 20th of March, yeah? It felt mad eerie in London. I worked in Brixton. It felt mad eerie. And I sat there and I was like this. If we get sent home today, they will never see my face again.
Can you imagine?
And at the desk, I created Instagram and our TikTok page, but it wasn't called Meet the Thorpes, it was called Age and Taz. Yeah? And I got sent home that day. We went home. Me and you got into a massive argument. And then the next day, Adrian was like, the next day I was like, why don't we make it into a video? Because I said, Adrian, we now have nothing to do. So you cannot now complain about, oh, I'm busy, I'm tired, I'm tired. Excuses. Oh, I'm so tired, man. I'm a gas engineer and my whole life is just tired. My knees hurt, my back hurts, my neck hurts. That's all he said. Now you don't have an excuse because we're at home.
Listen.
Adrian was so against it. Then I showed him some videos.
You did. And those videos were these people that she said, and more, these couples in America, basically doing content creation. And they actually...
Go on, say what enticed you.
They bought land, built upon the land, and their houses are massive. And they were 10 years younger, 5 years younger, with money, whips, cars, like...
So the incentive was money. I said, Adrian, this is how much money we could potentially make. Adrian said, let's go. Let's film that video. And the first video we ever filmed was the argument that we had.
Put a funny spin on it.
Yeah, put a funny spin on it, and then you sent it to your friends.
Yeah, so my friends, I had a couple of friends that were in hospital due to
the thing.
And when I sent it to them, their response was like, "Rah, that was funny." Like people to the left and right had been really sick on their ward
And passing away.
They said that has really brought them joy. They weren't able to see any family or friends. No one was able to visit them. So when they saw that video, they was like, "Are you able to do more?" And I was like,
I told you. I said, I told you. And then the next video that we made was when a couple when it's the first day of church. But in that situation, so everybody's watching church from their homes.
Their living room.
Yeah, and what's so crazy is that our videos actually started off as dancing videos.
Yep.
We started doing dancing videos. No, what was it?
Oh my days. Whoa.
Renegade. Hey. That's what it was. We started off doing dancing videos and I was like, this is so trash. This is so bad.
Thought?
And then, so basically, anyway, when I got sent home from work that day, I was then put on furlough. I had been in the company. Guys, when I tell you God is so faithful, I was admin and then my role changed. So as far as they're concerned, I'm a new worker. In order to qualify for furlough, you had to be in the role for 6 weeks. I was in that role for 6 weeks and maybe 3 or 4 days on the 20th of March. So I just hit the cutoff for furlough.
Look at God.
So we are at home making videos and I'm receiving my pay. And I've still got my vehicle from work outside. Listen, it was great.
It was a time.
It was a time.
It was a time.
It was a time.
And we took full advantage.
We did. Until
the weather was good.
Furlough stopped.
And your workplace said,
you need to come back to work.
You do.
I was like, I said these people were never gonna see me again.
Yeah.
So I had to go back to work and I went back to another office in Clapham. Guys, I was there for 3 days. I went back to work on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
It was a super struggle for Tara to go back for those 3 days.
Yeah.
You know what I had to do? I had to travel to work with her in the morning.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't able to go back to work yet. I had to travel to her, with her in the morning, and then walk back home.
Yeah, that was the only way I was going.
For the 3 days, to ensure that she'd go.
But bearing in mind, my nan was still in hospital. So my nan was in hospital at this point. So in my head, I'm like, I normally go to the hospital and I'm spending 5 to 6 hours in the hospital every single day. Now I'm sitting at a desk. If anything happens to her, I'm never going to forgive myself. Also, I don't want to be here. I want to meet the Thorpes, whatever. So anyway, I went to work Wednesday. I can't do this. I said, I promise I was never going to come back to work. Here, I was never. Anyway, Thursday came, Friday came. Friday, we went to our friends Kenny and Sharice's house.
Oh, my days.
And I sat on the floor. I had not had this conversation with Adrian.
Not at all. It's a shock to me.
We're sitting down and they're like, how's work, T? I said, yeah, I'm not going back.
I looked at her exactly like this.
He said, what? I said, yeah, I'm not going back. Adrian said,
You talking about you're not going back?
he done this. What do you mean you're not going back? I said, I'm not going back. He was like, but Tara, we have bills to pay. I said, God will provide. I said, God will provide. God will provide. Adrian was like, I remember Kenny saying, he was like, yeah.
Gassing you up.
Not gassing. He was like, listen, this isn't for the faint-hearted, but if you feel like you can do it, do it.
I said,
I believe in you.
Shut your mouth, Kenny. I'll talk to my wife. Yeah? Shut your mouth.
And I was like, I'm not. And Sharice was like, Ree was like, oh, T, are you sure? Because T, it's going to be hard. Like, it's going to be hard, T. You sure you want to do this? And I was like, yeah, I've made my decision. I'm not going back.
I don't even remember it like that. I just remember, in my head, from when you said you're not going back, all I felt they were saying is, yeah, go.
No, they weren't.
Go.
They were.
Yeah, go.
They weren't.
You should go. You should do it. That's all I thought.
No, they weren't. They weren't doing that. And then we left the house. Adrian was vexed. He was angry. He didn't talk to me the whole way home. That weekend, we didn't talk. Monday, he was like, so what are you doing? You not going to work? I said, no. Guys, I know it's a sin. I lied. I called and said that I had the thing that was going around. Yeah? No, I didn't say that. I said I'd been in contact with somebody who actually had been in contact. Okay, so basically, there's someone in our church who thought they had been around somebody that had the thing, and they were waiting for their test results to come back. And obviously, I walked past them. I didn't speak to them, but I walked past them. So I was like, I've been in contact with somebody, has whatever. And they were like, okay, fine, go get tested, whatever. Bearing in mind, I've only been back to work for 3 days, yeah? When they asked me to come back in the first place, I asked it for an extra 2 or 3 weeks.
I think so.
Because my nan was in hospital. Anyway, my test results came back that evening. Tuesday, they were like, hey, Tara, what's going on? I said, I haven't got my results back yet. I haven't got my results back yet. I haven't got my results back. Adrian's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? And then on Wednesday, I called my area manager and I said, I'm not coming back. I'm not. This guy was so annoyed with me. And I get it because he had paid for furlough for how long? And then I went back to the job for 3 days and said, I'm not coming back. I went and handed back the keys. Adrian was vexed. He was so angry. And I looked at him and I was like, why are you so vexed? Because do you not believe in God? Do you not think God will work it out?
He could work it out, but why would you
quit your job?
Quit.
Yeah.
Why?
So I quit the job. Long story short, we got to a part where we were literally barely surviving. We had to sell our trainers.
Oh my days. So this is now all the money's done.
Yeah, the money's finished. We ain't got no money.
We ain't got no money now. Where what? How long would you say we are in?
We was probably creating content for, I want to say, April, May, June, July, August, September, October. Yeah, because that was a broke birthday. November. Probably
Close
about
to 10 months.
Yeah.
10 months. Money done, gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everyone was struggling.
Yeah.
So it's not like you could be like, yo, could you and can that?
Yeah. We were literally having Indomie for dinner, for breakfast. We had to sell our trainers. If you know anything about us, we love our trainers. But this is all the trainers that I bought during that situation because I had loads of money to spend. Now I had to sell those trainers. We had to go down to one car.
Yep.
We weren't going out. I had to do struggle braids. I kept my braids in for about 8 months.
Oh, you did?
At a time.
You done your thing.
8 months at a time. I was struggling. And I had to try and learn and to redo the front. Like, it was struggle. I didn't really wear makeup.
Buy you blades to shave.
Yeah, honestly, it was struggle. I couldn't buy makeup. I couldn't. Like, we were broke. And Adrian said, I'm giving this 1 more month. And if this doesn't work, we're both going back to work. 100%. And at that point, I couldn't argue it anymore. Like, I was just like, yeah. And I remember I was just like, God, please, please, please. And then you, because I feel like the elevation is because of what you did.
Okay, so when we started this, remember, I'm brand new to this. I have no social media experience. I didn't really post on Instagram. I don't watch YouTube like she was watching YouTube. And I didn't understand how people made money. So what I did understand is that she had the ideas.
And I had faith that it was going to work.
Yeah. So what I would do is reach out to companies.
No.
What?
You started fasting.
This was after this.
No, it wasn't. You started praying hard because you was like, this has to work.
Yeah, okay, you tell the story. I don't remember it like that. Go on.
Is that not what happened?
No.
Okay, sorry. Do your thing then. My bad. I have been saying this story wrong for a long time.
I started reaching out to brands, companies. Everywhere, what we'd do, we'd go for a drive, and any company that I thought I'd like, I started emailing them and said, we made content. Do you want to collab? I even went to my friend Kenny, who told her to go full-time in this thing. The reason why we was broke. And I said,
Kenny.
what do you say? Like, what do you think I should say to these companies? You told her to go full-time, didn't you? So he helped me to write down like a template email. And I would
Thank you, Kay.
Every Monday morning, I would send about 40 emails to different companies at 8 a.m. So it'll be the first thing that they open on Monday morning. Some didn't answer, some didn't respond, some responded with no thanks, some responded with, okay, we'll...
Do it if you can do it for free.
Yeah, some responded with, we've worked with creators before, but not right now, maybe in the future.
What happened?
Then it was a thing of we wanted to get management. Yeah, we wanted to get management because I was like, I don't know what to do. Nothing's really changing. Wanted to get paid. I remember waking up and God was like, you need to put me first. And the scripture, Matthew 6:33 came to mind when and it says, can't even remember. Matthew 6:33. What does Matthew 6:33 say? I
Thought man was going to preach a sermon. I said, yes, go, husband. Go. I can't remember what it says. I'll get it for you. So, what did you say?
Matthew 6:33.
Is that in the New Testament or the Old Testament?
New, babe.
Joking. Matthew what?
6:33.
6:33 says, seek the kingdom of God above all else and live righteously, and he will give you everything you need.
So seek God first. After you seek him first, he's going to give you everything you need. So I said, you know what? Babe, me and you are going to seek God first.
Yeah.
First thing I touch in the morning is not going to be the phone.
Yeah.
I'm going to pray. I'm going to read. Then we're going to discuss what we need to do. But as long as I give my first to God, God will provide.
Do you know what's so crazy? Just to pause you there. It's the fact that it's plain and simple in the Bible, but we're shocked by it.
It's a principle.
It's the cheat code.
It's a principle to
The
life.
cheat codes are in the Bible. If you want the cheat codes, go read the Bible. Sorry.
Listen, we done that. And then I remember thinking, I'm going to fast.
Yeah.
I'm going to fast. We was at my brother's house. Actually, we spoke to this management company. Someone put us forward for a management company. They was like, you guys are funny, yeah, but you know, you haven't even got that much followers. These time we probably had about how much? 5K?
5K on Instagram and maybe
something
5K on
maybe 7K
on TikTok. Yeah, just oof.
So they was like, yeah, we don't really manage people if they haven't got
a large following.
At least 10K on Insta.
Yeah.
So I go, and then 10K is when you can start getting paid. 10K. I said, all right, cool. I went to we were at my brother's house.
Yeah.
It was me, you, my brother, my sister, and my mum. I said, guys, before we leave, we are gonna pray and we are gonna say to God, we need to be on 10K because they're saying if we're on 10K, we can start getting paid. And we're funny, we can have management.
Yeah.
So we prayed. Within 48 hours, we were on 10K.
Hold on. 48 hours, we came back to your brother's house and
we were on 10K.
On what? On Instagram and TikTok, we were going viral. It was our first viral video and it was a video about the rapture. If I can find it, I'll post it in here. But it was a video about the rapture and the video went viral. I mean, when we're clicking notifications on TikTok, we're clicking refresh, it's got number 99. So you've got 99 notifications, but we keep doing it. And we grew from 7,000 to, I think, like 25K overnight.
No, like just
crazy.
Mad.
Then the next, I think a couple of days later, we got invited to a TikTok event. And I was like, all right, let's do a video. And we done a video where I was rapping, not rapping, spitting.
In the car park.
In the car park.
Of the event.
And I was spitting, I sound so old. I sound like a 50-year-old. I was spitting bars. That sounds so uncool. What do they say now, David?
That's what we say. You was rapping.
You're spitting bars?
Yeah.
I was rapping in the car because I used to rap back in the day. Well, only sometimes when the church needed help. But I'd done that video in the car and it's basically talking about anyway, done that song, went into the event. As I walk into the event, someone goes, oh, you're that couple off of TikTok.
Yeah, and this is the first time
we've ever been recognised.
Ever.
Me and
We're
Adrian
in the
was
middle
like,
of Shoreditch, by the way.
this is me and Adrian. She was like, you. I said, us. She said, yeah. I said, oh my gosh. Anyway, we get into the event. Now, these TikTokers that I watch are saying, oh, hi, Tara. hi, Adrian. And I'm like, this is nuts. Are you right on your watch over there?
Yeah, keep going on.
And then we go upstairs. The same very manager that said that he don't want nothing to do with us, that was like, you don't have enough following, comes over to us and starts chatting to us. But he's just being cocky. He was being cocky, and I didn't like it. So I was like, whatever. Then we're chilling, just me and Adrian. We're very to ourselves when we're out. Like, he's my comfort blanket. I'm assuming I'm yours too, yeah?
I mean, look, the reality is we're shy in new spaces, in new environments.
Yeah.
This is our first ever event.
Yeah.
A lot of firsts were happening that day.
Yeah. So we're there. We're dancing, just chilling. Then this guy comes over. No, but the whole time we're in there, we're being recognised by all the vendors.
Yeah.
We're in there.
Mad though.
We're in there, and then this guy comes over to us, and he's like, I thought he was trying to sell us something.
I'm gone. I went to get us drinks.
Turns out that this guy works for a management company called Season 25. Then we thought, they brought us over, they had talent, they had Shia was over there, and the Cabs family was over there, which you've seen on the episode. So we're like, raw, this is mad. So we're saying hello, whatever. Then there's this lovely lady. He's like, guys, can I get you a drink? She's just proper cool, whatever. And we're like, oh, this is his assistant, whatever. Turns out that the person that we're speaking to is a management company called Season 25, and the lady that we thought was the assistant, because she was too nice.
She was very nice.
Too nice, like just very nice. Like you could just tell, good energy, good spirit. Was the owner of Season 25. So we met our managers that day. But we didn't know they were going to be our managers. So what had happened is that now we were looking for management. Nobody wanted us. Now all of a sudden, all of our stuff's going viral. Our stuff's growing. Now I'm getting emails. We're getting emails from all these different agencies. Even one agency we had a meeting with wore hoodies. And they were like, hey guys, we're wearing hoodies because we know you love hoodies.
Yeah.
Like, it was crazy. Like, oh my gosh, these people are reaching out to us. And this is something that we've been praying and fasting for. Adrian was very specific, praying and fasting for. Then, when management companies are coming to you and you're having a viral moment, remember, viral moments don't last long. Social media is very short, it's very quick, it's always on to the next thing. Me and Adrian was like, what do? We have to make a decision. And Adrian was like, we've got to pray about this because we're not about to make a fast decision on something when we prayed up to this point. It's got us to this point. Okay, now we can actually kind of make some sort of revenue. This was still within the month of having to make the money before we're going back to work, right? We prayed and fasted. So we had Season 25. We had probably 4 or 5 other agencies that were trying to have us. And we waited until God spoke to give an answer. Our mums were praying. To be sure. Yeah, 100%.
We want to be sure.
Our mums were praying. Our family were praying. Our friends were praying for us. And for 2.5 weeks, we still didn't have an answer. And, you know, our agency were like, guys, have you got an answer? The other agencies, have you got an answer? You do not do this. We are not Beyonce.
It's hard.
We cannot do this. We're not those ones that can make people wait. We're not there yet. We're there. Then I said, Adrian, I feel like God is saying Season 25. You know, there was just a peace. I didn't hear God say, Tara, it is Season 25. But Season 25 is the one to go for. It wasn't that. There was a peace.
Yeah.
And we called up our management, who is now our management, and we basically said to them, guys, we're really, really sorry.
Oh, we pranked them.
But you're stuck with us. She was like, what?
I was like, oh, snap.
And she was like, oh my gosh. And we've been with Season 25 ever since. The best agency for us. I feel like God has placed us here for a reason. Yeah. Whether they know it or not, God facilitated this thing. God orchestrated this thing. They are the best management anyone could ever have. Like, I love them. They're literally like family. They're amazing. So that is a very long story about how it started and how we had management. Yeah.
All right, so cool. So now we've got management, yeah? Sounds good.
Yeah.
But you still have to grind.
As amazing as they were.
Yeah. Sounds good, still have to grind.
Yeah.
They got us jobs.
Yeah.
But because we were we had suffered so long, we were behind in a lot of bills. So it was always playing catch up.
Yeah, but we also weren't making money like that.
Yeah.
We were getting
we didn't have
campaigns here and there.
stable, consistent income.
Because we were still growing and there was still a strategy. They were like, this is the strategy that we need to get you guys to this many followers and this and how we're going to build it and what is Meet the Thorpes.
And also, when we were doing adverts, they weren't like adverts that we're doing now. We didn't know how that would happen.
The adverts were like, hi,
Hi,
this is a microphone.
this is a microphone.
It's silver and black.
Black and silver.
Use our code.
Use it now.
Meet the Thorpes for 20% off.
That's my wife.
And that's what they were like. It was bad. So our management really, really helped us in finding out actually who we were. So
and
a
how
lot of,
we would be an asset to these brands.
and how and also how we will be an asset to ourselves.
Yeah.
So a lot of the content that we were doing, like guys know us for, is pranks. We were doing pranks, but we didn't want to just be a prank couple. We wanted to make content that is actually about us. So the content that we're making now, like, you know, when you see me having a conversation, I'm like, Adrian, can I ask you a question? That stuff has been years of our manager, Nick, helping us through the process and saying, okay, guys, you don't want to be gimmicky.
But
who
also,
are you guys?
What
are you
It has to be as
authentic
as possible. There's no point.
Stop trying to be like somebody else.
Yeah.
Be
Everyone
yourselves.
else is taken. Just be you.
So the content that you're seeing now is 3 years of us having conversations with our manager and him investing time in us, saying, guys, but this is gimmicky. You are not gimmicky. Who are you guys? This is like, genuinely, season 25 took a chance on us because they weren't really going to be making no profit from us for the first couple of years. Not much anyway, yeah? And they were like, this is a long game. This is not a short game. You can get like the ads with these little brands and these whatever and little quick money, but this is the long game. We can see this being a bright future for you guys, this being your actual career, us having a TV show, us having, which we'll talk about later, all the things that we want. They saw that and they have worked with us. Every single week we are in this office. Every week we are in the office. So it wasn't as rosy as what we thought it would be.
So what we had to do is now think of what we could do while making content, being available if we had an event, if we had to do
So
a
we couldn't
brand
go back to
deal,
work
we couldn't
properly.
we couldn't get
We
a
need to be
full-time
flexible.
job. We had to be flexible. So we decided to work for a courier service.
Yeah, Amazon Flex.
Amazon Flex.
Yeah. Wow.
Wow.
And do you know what? The reason why we're saying wow is because we were grinding. We weren't doing one shift a day, guys. At the time, the depot was in Thamesmead, I believe, Thamesmead.
Which
So
is 50 minutes to an hour away from us.
yeah, when there's no traffic. Yeah. So we would, bearing in mind there's depots in Croydon, there's depots in all this place. This place was far away from us. We would book shifts. So our shift would start at 6 a.m., which means we have to be at the depot for 5:30 so that we can get inside and pack everything by 5:45 so that we can leave with all our stuff, right? And get to the houses on time. We would leave our house at 4:30. We would be out and we would keep booking shifts during the day. So we would be working from 6 to all 10 o'clock at night. Literally packing the car, doing deliveries, running, driving. It's raining.
Bearing in mind, some of the time we're going viral.
Yeah.
So people are noticing us as well.
So we're knocking people's door and they're like,
Huh?
you're from... Is there cameras? Oh my gosh, what's going on? And we're like this. Here's your delivery. Like, there wasn't any shame in it, in doing the deliveries. I didn't feel shameful. What I felt was sometimes people be like, why are you doing this? And people think you have more than what you have because we were grinding. Now, don't get it twisted, yeah? The money is better. We are good. We're good. But don't get it twisted. If you see me doing another Amazon shift, money is money, yeah? There's still things that I want.
Money off a Mac.
Listen, I'm going on holiday soon, and guess what I'm doing? Amazon. Do you know why?
Some pocket money.
Do you know why? Because I don't want to touch the money that we make from this. I don't want to. I'm trying to like have extra change. So I might even still do Amazon Flex when I'm a millionaire.
Oh, okay.
But now, the difference is now, it's not something that I have to do. Then it was something, we had no choice. We needed to eat. We needed to eat. And I always say, listen, when you're doing stuff like this, I remember at the time, I really, really hated it. I hated it so much. And I was really angry. And I was like, God, why can't we have a big break like somebody else? Why can't we have super viral moments and blah, 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 and whatever? But listen, the story always sounds better backwards.
100.
Yeah? If we go from, oh, this is where we are now, and we tell the story backwards, it's like, oh my gosh. But when you're going through it,
You're on that journey.
it's not easy. But guys, I'm telling you, we needed that. That grind, that hunger is what was needed for us to be able to facilitate and do the things that we do
It
now.
forced us into the position of creativity.
Yeah.
It forced us into the position of discipline.
Yeah.
Forced us in the position of like really having to believe where we want to be.
Yeah. We had to flip the switch on of faith.
Yeah.
Like we were like, God, we are working so hard.
You can see our grind, Lord.
Bearing in mind, we're posting 5 to 6 times a day.
Oh my days. Yes,
5 to
we
6
are.
videos on
There
Instagram,
were
the same
certain-
on
There
TikTok.
was certain time we would park up whilst we got the Amazon stuff.
Quickly film a video,
Quickly film a video,
post.
get back in the car, and deliver those stuff.
Yeah.
In time.
Yeah. This thing wasn't easy.
It was not.
It wasn't easy.
Certain time people saw us even go. They're doing school runs. We'd be delivering something. They'd be like, oh my gosh, you hear just skrrr, and
Yeah.
then reverse. Can I get a selfie? All right, cool.
Yeah. And, you know, it's not been easy. It's been a grind.
But let me tell you,
Yo.
a major highlight for me.
Okay. I don't know what you're going to say.
One day we were delivering in the new buildings in Battersea Power Station.
Oh,
Struggling. It's baking hot.
the stuff that
got
we've got is massive packages.
Big parcels.
Massive packages.
We're
And
dragging them along because you can't lift them.
and I felt bum ass. Like, I felt bum ass. We're walking through there and people are looking at us like, where the
Why
hell?
are you here?
And I felt so discouraged. I felt so discouraged. And I remember we walked in the concierge, and then Adrian, you can take over the story.
Walked to the concierge,
And there was
pressed-
another black guy
Oh yeah.
doing the same
We
thing.
all looked at each other and was like, I get it, man.
That's what we done to each other. Like it was this.
I get it.
It wasn't even a smile, guys. No. That's what all 3 of us done to each other.
Anyway, we got into the lift.
Hey, it smelled like Aesop in there.
As that
Brother.
lift went up,
Neon.
picture
Smelled
this.
gorgeous.
It's a mirrored lift, yeah. We're
And-
going up to like the 80th floor.
Sorry,
Some madness like
not
that.
80th, babe. There's no 80th
The
floor.
upper room.
It was probably like the 10th floor.
No, it was high.
But when we get in the lift, I'm still very upset. Adrian's got a poker face, so I'm like, why can't we just live somewhere like here? God, is this too hard for you? Am I not your daughter? Go on.
Then I get a phone call, and it's our manager. Okay, cool. Yo, what's happening? We've got a deal for you. Probably your biggest deal
Yeah.
to date at that time. Okay, cool. Who's it with?
Amazon.
This is me. Father God! Father God, you know!
We're delivering Amazon, but just have got to deal with Amazon. Guys, when he said, yeah, and they're paying this is us. Oh my gosh, guys, nowhere to like you. I told you I cried in that lift because I wanted to live there, and I was so discouraged. I went to the flat. I went, Amazon, here's your parcel.
That is a different
Here's your
step in the step
parcel.
now, you know?
When we walked back to the car, we were like,
Yeah.
we're working with, we're flexing with Amazon, yeah, struggling.
Yeah.
But what they've just said they're going to pay us for an advert, that money didn't make sense to me. That money didn't make sense to me. And you know what's so crazy? Out of our closest friends at the time, no, not at the time, what am I talking about? Out of our closest friends, everybody at that, no, that's wrong.
I don't know what you're going to say. I can't help.
Kenny and Kyle.
Yeah.
So it's always been Kenny, Kyle, Adrian. Yeah. Out of us guys,
Yeah.
Kenny and Kyle were the ones that were self-employed businessmen. And I've always been so proud of them. always been so proud of them. They are actually coming on the podcast, guys. One of them owns a sports agency. The other one owns a gym, a luxury gym in Mayfair. Big things are gone. We were always there to see their successes and hear like the deals that they were getting and the amount of favor that God had on their lives, the way that their job was working. And me and Adrian was never envious, never envious.
Not once.
But at that moment, I was like,
it's our time.
It's our time. Like, we're not the struggling friends anymore.
We're not going to be.
Yeah, but we definitely were still the struggling friends. But it's okay. It's okay. Because God had a plan for us.
Yeah.
But it was like, oh my gosh, we actually have our own business. When we got that deal, I really believed we had our own business at that point because we had a whole
Amazon.
You
know, they invited us to their flagship in, where was that? Out of London somewhere.
I can't remember.
And they allowed us to go behind the scenes.
We walked through the warehouses.
The warehouse.
Guys,
it was mad.
That day is the day my life changed. Because I said, wow.
It was then when I was like, I attribute that moment and from then onwards to when I woke up and I thought, God gave me that scripture, Matthew 6:33, seek the kingdom first and all shall be added.
Do you know?
Because I'd still been doing it.
Yeah.
Praying every morning.
Yeah.
Reading every morning and giving my first to God.
Do you know what's so crazy is the fact that we could have got that call from Nick at any point about Amazon. That could have been when we was at home. But I believe there was a reason and God was very instrumental in the way that he orchestrated it, that we were so discouraged whilst we was doing those Amazon shifts, whilst on an Amazon shift being told we've got an advert with Amazon. That is wild. Like, there's been so many times. I remember another time that we was in the car. We was in Catford. Yeah. In Catford. And we were doing Amazon, and it was another hard shift, man. People weren't answering their doors. They had communal doors. People aren't answering the door. We can't get in the door, which means that...
Pause for a minute. Just give grace to your courier, please. They work hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's round of applause for couriers and postmen.
Big things, no, honestly, because like I said, don't get it twisted. If you see me out here doing Amazon Flex, I've got spending money for a holiday that I need, yeah? And that's what I'm going to be using. It's
just spending money.
Spending money.
Meet the Thorpes ain't broke. Yeah, sorry. Go on, you may continue.
You're right there, yeah?
Yeah.
You okay?
I think local. But go on.
His thing's not local. That's what's so bad. The credit card company definitely sent us a message saying, your bills are my thing's local. You know when man gas you, don't let man gas you. And I remember that day was just long. And we had our viral moments and then it started to go quiet again. And I was like, God, I can't go back. I thought we was on our way to something. And we had been working so hard. And that day we worked so hard and didn't realize one of our videos went viral. And our next target was 100K on TikTok. TikTok. 100K on TikTok. And I'm like, this isn't happening. What's going on? Bloody, bloody, blah. We've done the shift. We're looking at our phones just for the Amazon shift, but we're not. We haven't got time to look on social media. We didn't realize our phone was popping off. And that evening, we hit 100K on TikTok. And I said, it's always when we've been grinding that this stuff happens. It's never like...
And just a backstory of that, our manager was like, you need to set a target of 100K followers because then the money you're getting will even increase.
Yeah.
So again, I went back to my Father in heaven and I said, Lord, we need 100,000 followers now.
And it happened.
It happened.
Do you know what? Even just thinking about it and talking about this journey, I'm just like, God is so faithful, you know?
Always, man.
Like, there's so many times that I've questioned God because I haven't got my own way. And I keep forgetting, I'm so forgetful, quick at forgetting that it's not my timing, it's God's timing. And going back to the original plan, if you just keep God first, if you wake up and the first thing be, I'm going to pray, I'm going to read, I'm going to dedicate that time to God, God is always going to look after you because the Bible talks about him providing for birds if he provides for wheat and he throws that into the fire for harvest, like, what more is he going to do for you? And I think just having this conversation is just encouraging me, because there's times in your salvation when you feel a bit, I'm doing well, I'm not doing well, I'm doing well, I'm not doing well. And recently I've felt a bit shaken, like, what's going on, man? Bloody bitty blah. But God is like, if you just always go back to the basic principles. Yeah. And I remember I heard this sermon talking about we've made things options when they shouldn't be. We've made decisions options. We've made things options. And basically what he's saying is waking up and reading your Bible is not an option. It's something you have to do. Waking up and praying is not a choice. It's something you have to do. And I'm just feeling encouraged right now. I'm just like, God has really been instrumental. Like, people see Meet the Thorpes and they're like, oh, guys, we love you guys so much and whatever. And sometimes you get lost in what you're in. So I don't realize how big Meet the Thorpes is and how much we have grown. Like, I say this not to boast on myself, yeah, but we're nearly at 1 million followers on TikTok. We are on 324,000 followers on Instagram. That is unheard of for people like us. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, this is a God thing. We prayed about this thing. There is everything we have offered to God. And it's just reminding me now that, have I stopped offering that to God? Have I started making Meet the Thorpes an idol? Because Meet the Thorpes can't be no idol. God has to come first. Yeah. Nothing else can come before that.
And I think the fact that there is this force behind us, it's not our talents.
It's not us.
It's not our gifts, not our abilities. It literally is the God that we serve.
It's a God thing.
His favor is upon us. His hand is upon us. But we are doing it onto him.
Yeah.
It's not like, yeah, we entertain you guys and we have ideas, but I pray for creativity.
Yeah.
I pray for the strength to come and be able to do this.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think there's a lot of couples that will just come in front of a camera and be so open as we have been.
Yeah.
And still like each other, for instance. Like, I work with her every day. I'm with her every day. We're with each other all day, every day. And it's a blessing.
It's a God thing, man. It genuinely is a God thing. When if people were to ever ask us advice on what to do, how to create social media, how to create a platform, and someone's asked this before and they were like, okay, we get it, you say it's God, but if someone doesn't believe in God, then what? I don't have anything else to say.
That's our experience.
You can have consistency, but if we didn't have God, we wouldn't be where we are.
Facts.
And I am so grateful, like, genuinely. Don't get it twisted, we definitely have hard moments where even people that are Christians will be like, you don't use your platform enough for God. You don't whatever. Hey, listen, let me tell you something, yeah. I used to beat myself up about that. And someone came to me and said, actually more than one person has said it to me, this is your ministry. Like, you bring laughter and joy to people. Yeah. That is also a God thing. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, God is so good. God is so good. This wasn't even part of the conversation, but I feel stirred to say God is so good. And I feel real emotional right now because I'm just like, God is so good. You don't understand how much he is influential in your life, even when you feel like he's not there. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, if you do not have a relationship with God, this is the time for you to get your heart right and have a relationship with God.
That's a fact.
Like, it is so serious. Like, he is.
We can't explain enough or encourage enough of not just the feeling, but the experience that you can have once you've given your life to Christ.
And that's not just because Meet the Thorpes is doing well.
Yeah. That's a bonus.
Yeah.
The best decision that we made was 15 years for me. 15 years ago, I made the decision to become a follower of Jesus. I gave my life. I said the sinner's prayer. I repented for my sins, and I asked God to be with me for the rest of my life. And that's what makes you a Christian.
I'm just
that simple.
So grateful to God, and I want others to be able to experience the joy that I have in my heart right now. Like, we heard a sermon yesterday, and it's talking about being dedicated to God. Am I dedicating myself to God?
And not letting your past define who you are today.
And I'm the kind of person that will do that. Like, oh, I'm not worthy, I'm not whatever. Anyway, let me just tell you, God is so faithful. God, I had this idea of who God was like. He's like very like, oh, you've done bad. God is so loving. He wants you. He wants a relationship with you. He has created you for a reason. He wants relationship with you. That's why you were created. So if this is stirring on your heart or whatever, please, if you want to know how to get close to God,
get in the DMs.
Message us, DM us. We will help you as much as we can. God is so gracious. He is so wonderful. He is so caring. He is so loving. He is the only person that you can treat the way that you do, but he will accept you with an open heart. He will not remind you of your past. He will not remind you of your failures. God is good. So yeah, that's been there's so much more to say.
100%.
I feel like we
need a part 2.
We need a part 2, a part 3 to explain how we've gone from
this part to where we are now.
Exactly. Yeah. And that just got real deep, real quick. But guys, we have to do a part 2. Yeah. We have to do a part 2. So for now, we are going to sign out.
Wait, before we do that,
yes,
you need to subscribe.
Yeah,
you need to like.
Please.
And you need to comment.
Please. And also, if you do watch these podcasts, if you're watching it, like just film some, put it on your story so we can repost you, we'll follow you back and stuff like that. We really, really appreciate you guys. Yeah. Again, big up yourself every single time. We've got guests next week, which is going to be super exciting. But yeah, have a great week. I pray that God follows you, he blesses you, that he gives you a peace beyond all understanding. And
see you next episode.
Yeah.
Peace.